Hey guys, HCGChica. I'm just checking in to let you know that my fourth round is starting in just a few days here. So I'm really excited about that. And I'm 131.6 today. I've been maintaining for those of you who know me, I track my body fat using a handheld body fat monitor that I have found to be very consistent for myself. I've been using it every single morning for about 10 months now, and I've actually been able to compare it to one hydrostatic body fat test so far, and its consistency and accuracy was surprisingly close. So I've found it a useful tool. But anyway, I have been maintaining my body fat percent, my pounds of fat, how many pounds of fat I have on my body for over 3 months now. I've actually been off of my last round for over 4 months now. That first month of P3 after this last round was a bit rough. I never cheated. I was very strict P3, but I was just eating too much, I think. So I kind of had to get that all squared away, and by the time I did that, I had gained about 3 pounds of fat back or so, of fat. And but I've maintained that. I've been maintaining that for over 3 months. So I've been doing CrossFit for anyone. I know I have a lot of new subscribers, so I realize you guys don't all know my history, but I've been doing CrossFit since the end of my last round for 3 months. And so I've been having some weight gains that I wanted to have because I've been building muscle and I'm much stronger. I've been to CrossFit a total of 45 times now since the end of December. So in 3 months' time, I've gone 45 times. Each class is an hour. The actual work time, I would say, is really only 30 to, maybe 40 minutes times that 45 occasions. And it's amazing how much can be accomplished as far as strength gains go in such a short amount of time. I might talk a little more about that later. But anyway, I am having a DEXA scan tomorrow. For anyone who doesn't know, a DEXA scan is currently the most accurate way to have your body fat tested. It's the same machine that is used to scan your bone density. Can now be calibrated to check your body fat percent, and it's very extremely accurate. And not only that, but it actually shows on your body where all the fat you have is on each limb and everything. So I'm having that done tomorrow to see how far I've come from the end of my last round, and then also so I can compare at the end of round 4. I'm also having a hydrostatic body fat test done in 2 days. I know the price seems like overkill. And again, for those who don't know, hydrostatic body fat test was the gold standard for body fat testing, and it still is a very accurate way. It's just the next thing below DEXA now. But basically, you get submerged into a type of tank of water, and I don't know exactly how they do it, but it's a very accurate way of testing your body fat percent. So I'm going to have that done as well. The reason I wanted to have that also is because I had a hydrostatic at the end of this last round, and I really kind of want to compare apples to apples, if you will. Since the DEXA is actually more accurate, it won't be as easy for me to tell since I have nothing to compare that to, how far I've come. So what I'm trying to see is how much fat I may have gained and how much muscle I've gained since the end of my last round. So I will share the results with you on that. For anyone who doesn't know the YouTube person Delmem, D as in dog, E-L, M as in Mary, E-M, Please go, subscribe to him if you haven't already. He's been around a long time, but he kind of lays low sometimes because he's busy doing a lot of his own research. But he is a big proponent for HCG and researching it, and he kind of has a special request vlog out right now. So please do subscribe it and watch his latest vlog, if you will, and see if there's any way that you can help. As you know, there's so much misinformation out there about HCG, as well as people who aren't smart about how they use it, and that can kind of give HCG a bad name. So really trying to get accurate information, as well as the right way to do things, to show that it really is an amazing protocol that does do what Dr. Simeon said. So anyway, I just wanted to throw that out there real quick. Let's see, what else is there? I wanted to share just how stable my body has been as far as keeping my fat stable. You're not going to hear me refer too much to my weight anymore, or I don't really refer to it a whole lot, because since I track my body fat, that's all that I care about. I see quite a bit of fluctuation on the scale. I'm up between 10 and 13 pounds all the time now, because of the muscle I've gained. And I just don't want to confuse people, because for most people, they think of any kind of scale gain as a negative thing. And I kind of hate having to explain over and over that I was purposefully gaining muscle. But I've been maintaining where my fat is at least I think so. We will find out for sure tomorrow. So, but anyways, you'll mostly hear me referring to my pounds of fat. For instance, my Omron body fat monitor says I have on any given day between 32 and 34 pounds of fat on my body. I'm between 131 and 134 pounds. So as of this morning, my Omron monitor said I was 131.6 pounds, that I had 32 pounds of fat, and that my body fat percent was 24.1. In reality, it is underestimating it a bit. When I did the hydrostatic, it ended up being about 2% higher than that. So like, I think I did my hydrostatic at like 124 pounds, and I had, I think at that point, like 36 or 37 pounds of fat in reality. So for myself right now, no, 30 something. Anyway, it was a couple pounds more fat than my Omron was showing, which is fine. The consistency was what matters for me, and that's what I do get from that. And it's very close. So anyway, yep. So let's see, what else was I gonna say? Oh, anyway, but how stable my fat is now, my body is. I do CrossFit 3 to 4 times a week now. I'm no longer fasting twice a week. For those of you who are new to me, when I was stabilizing this past P3, which is the no starch, no sugar phase, I found I was eating too much, so I started incorporating Brad Pilon's Eat, Stop, Eat protocol, which involves fasting for a period of 24 hours, 1 to 2 times a week. I myself originally thought fasting was really unhealthy for your metabolism, and I read all those newsstand magazines that tell you that. But if you buy his book, if you're at all leery, he just blows that right out of the water. There's so many studies proving that fasting does not mess up your metabolism when it's done in the correct way in combination with body weight training, with some type of resistance training. So anyway, so I was using that at first to try to keep my weight stable. However, I decided to stop doing that for the time being, because I felt like it was affecting my strength gains, because I've been using this time period as a time to actually build strength and muscle, not to stay in one place. And in fact, that was the case. As soon as I stopped fasting, I just started growing in leaps and bounds when it comes to strength gains. But the neat thing is I wasn't sure, how that would affect my weight / fat, But as it is, I don't track calories. I eat what I want. I now eat a very healthy amount of fruit, dried fruit, brown rice. I don't have gluten because of, other health issues. I don't eat sugar at all, ever. But like I said, I have a lot of fruit, dried fruit, lately, and brown rice, potatoes, just different things like that. I definitely have been having higher carb in general now. I'm in P4, and my weight has stayed the same. In fact, I've been noticing that a whole week before Tom comes, which Tom means time of the month, a whole week before that now, I experienced pretty big weight scale gains that are temporary, and I'm not used to that. My body used to be pretty stable all the time, no matter what. I don't know if it's because I have a higher muscle mass now, that I retain water more easily. That could be it. I'm not sure, but I'll see 3-4 pounds come on like a week before Tom comes, and it'll stay that way for 5 days. And it did it this time, and it can always be a little unnerving at first, but I'm getting used to it. And Sunday evening we had dinner at a friend's house, and I ended up having a bunch of white rice type noodles, kind of a little higher carb dinner for myself than what I would normally have. Like, I don't eat white rice ever. Yeah, and I had a lot of that, and then I forgot to weigh yesterday. And I've just been eating normal, and then this morning I was back to 131.4 from down from 134.8 or 135 point something. So even with the higher carb dinner and everything, it's still, and it went back, my pounds of fat went back down to 32. It had gone up to 34. That wasn't true. That was just what was showing up because of the water retention and the just from the scale being higher. But anyway, yep, so I just want to share that because I did have a bit of a struggle stabilizing my weight originally this past P3, but I fought it out. And it's very stable now. So, and give anything long enough and your body will adjust. I did jump into exercise pretty quickly in P3. And I probably will do it again. I love my CrossFit. I don't mind kind of fighting to stabilize my fat a bit. It just, I don't know. You have to do what works for your body, and you'll find out what that is. And I just want to share that too, because that's kind of the most important thing, is to know that you can keep this weight off long term and do it in a way that works for you. Because I'm not a calorie counter. I could attempt it, but it's something I would never want to do long term, and it would be drudgery for me. So I don't have to do that. It's fine, and I know a lot of it does have to do with the fact that I am a regular CrossFitter. I think that keeps my metabolism, going strong. I mentioned a couple vlogs ago that I'm now officially off all my thyroid medication. I'm still off of it. I'm still feeling great. This is totally unheard of. I have Hashimotos, autoimmune disease. Some of you out there may have this. If you have a thyroid condition, you likely have Hashimotos and don't even know it, because they don't really test for that in general. You have to specifically ask them to test for the antibodies. But anyway, I was on a very high dose of active thyroid hormone, T3, cytomel, whatever you want to call it, and 87.5 micrograms a day, and recently had to reduce it to 70% reduction in my meds. And then again, just like 5 weeks after that, again, I didn't need them. I think I've been off them completely for 2 or 3 weeks now. So and I'm still feeling great. So I'm not saying I'll never need them again, because things change. I'm not going to be doing CrossFit for 3 weeks now while I'm on this round. I'm not sure how that will affect me. So it's a nice to have it if I need it. But anyway, that's where I'm at. HCG has been a big part of that. Sorry this vlog ended up being long. I actually didn't mean for that to happen. But I just kind of wanted to give an update, and also for all the new people. Sometimes I forget that I have, over 120 videos. and that many of you are new to HCG and new to this community and obviously haven't watched all those vlogs that I've done, so you don't really know where I'm coming from. So I'm going to try in my next few vlogs to give a little more background. Maybe I should do the tag video because then, you know, you'll understand some of the things that I talk about that I'm not giving background on sometimes. So anyway, that is my vlog for now. You can still order HCG from escrowrefills.com. That's for RX prescription HCG. It comes in powdered form. You have to mix it yourself. You can mix it for either injection or sublingual. And just so you guys know, you do need a customer ID number to get on the site. There's a little field when you get to the site that says invitation code or something, and you have to use the customer ID number to get on there. And you can use mine if you like. And it's CID 272860. And I don't want there to be any misunderstanding. I do get a benefit from you guys using my code, but you also benefit as well. You get a $30 credit instantly off of your first order, which basically kind of cancels out the shipping cost for you. And I get a $30 referral fee as well. So I just want to make sure anyone who's using my code is aware of that, that I am getting a benefit from this. But I have ordered from them. I received my shipment in a timely manner. I've ordered from them before. I've communicated with them on the phone multiple times. They are and by email. I have had nothing but a good experience with them so far, and that's why I trust them. So anyway, that is all I wanted to share for tonight, and I will talk with you guys soon. Take care.